Right now, you can see that the indoor unit has started showing an error on the display, while the outdoor unit has completely stopped working. However, the blower motor of the indoor unit is still running continuously. Let me explain what this error means. Now, in this Mega T3 inverter, what could be the issue that's causing the E0 error? The main supply first goes to the indoor unit and then to the outdoor unit. There's a complete procedure for this, which I will explain later. But the first thing you need to check is the wiring. If you are making a new connection, make sure the 1, N, and L wires are properly connected. The same color codes that you attach to the indoor unit must be used for the outdoor unit. If you mistakenly connect any of these 3 wires incorrectly, you will face problems. Also, if any wire has a loose connection, such as a wire that seems loose when touched, that could also be an issue. Additionally, I will show you the condition of switching in the indoor unit and explain what could be causing the problem. When the E0 error occurs, it could also be due to a fault in the indoor unit's PCB. How does this happen? Let me show you. Inside the PCB, there's a switching relay. If its switching function is not completed, the E0 error will appear, because in that case, the outdoor PCB will also stop working. Apart from this, there's another possibility. These optocouplers are installed on the PCB. If an optocoupler fails or its circuit gets damaged, it could cause issues. Let me show you from the other side as well. Here, you can see all these diodes. They form a circuit that creates a communication link. If any of these components, such as an optocoupler, diode, or even a resistor gets damaged, you will also see the E0 error appear. Let me also explain another common reason for the E0 error. You can see this black wire here, and along with it, there's a sensor attached. This is a PTC sensor. If it gets damaged for any reason, or its value increases significantly, reaching into kiloohms, it will cause problems. Normally, its value should be around 10 ohms, 20 ohms, or 30 ohms. Now let's talk about the outdoor unit. What kind of issue in the outdoor unit could cause the E0 error to appear on the indoor display? If there's a fault in its PCB, it could be the reason. Let's proceed by removing the PCB and explaining all the details to you. Before explaining the PCB, let me tell you about the reactor installed here. I've already made a video about what a reactor is. If you haven't watched it yet, you should check it out. Along with the reactor, there are wires connected to it. If any of these wires get disconnected, the E0 error will appear. That's why it's essential to ensure these wires are properly connected. Only then will the PCB power on. Otherwise, it won't turn on at all. Now let's discuss the outdoor PCB and what faults could cause the E0 error. First, you need to check that the electricity supply is proper. If the voltage is low, it can also lead to issues. The next thing to check is the fuse. If the fuse is burnt, it will cause problems, and the PCB will not work at all. After that, you can see a complete filtering system, followed by a PTC sensor. The PTC sensor here is larger compared to the smaller PTC sensor in the indoor unit. Its value is typically around 40 to 50 ohms. If its value increases to kiloohms, this will also cause an issue, resulting in the E0 error. The value of the PTC sensor should be as low as possible. Additionally, if the high-side capacitors or the large capacitors fail, the E0 error will occur. If the rectification system, diodes, or IGBTs are damaged, the unit won't work and will show the E0 error. Similarly, if the IPM becomes faulty, especially on the high side, the E0 error will appear. Another possible cause is the communication circuit. If it's damaged, including its components or the small PTC sensor within it, the unit will display the E0 error. One more potential cause of the E0 error is the SMPS system. This system generates low voltages from high voltages to operate the microcontroller and other small components. If this system fails, it will cause issues. Lastly, check the switching IC, which in this case is the TNY278PN. If it's burnt out, it will lead to problems. You need to thoroughly check all these components, and if you find any faults, repair them to eliminate the E0 error from the unit. Click on the left or right thumbnail to watch our next videos, and subscribe. Thank you.